Welcome once again to Ambrish Chheda's Success Masterclass. What they don't teach you at school, college, or work. I hope you are enjoying this weekly video series, and more than enjoying, that you are making the most of lifetime's learnings that I share with you. Today's episode is about the number one power that we humans have that is responsible for all creations. Let me start with one observation. Most humans are able to realize only a fraction of their true potential, of their real potential. How about you? Why does it so happen that some people are able to extract a great amount of their real potential and some people are not? Why? With my lifetime of experiences and observations, I can tell you that to be able to realize your fullest potential, you will have to invoke 6 powers. As a human, you have these powers inside of you and at your command. But most people do not exercise these powers. So let's start a journey on understanding the 6 powers, and in each weekly episode forthcoming, I will discuss one power that you can utilize to realize more of your human potential. But before that, let me start with a few questions. Can an elephant walk on 2 thin ropes suspended high above the ground? Can an elephant paint like a human being? What are your answers? It was a magic moment for me when I saw elephants walking on the rope. And then I saw elephants painting during a holiday at Bangkok. And that set off a series of observations and questions and realizations in my mind. And I'm going to share with you 6 life-changing lessons for business leaders and for professionals and for creative world. And here is a question. What is the number one power that we humans have that is responsible for all creations in this world? Creations by humans. And without humans exercising this power, we would still probably be living in caves. This is a power that can also be utilized to creatively solve any problems that you might have, to turn around any circumstances or challenges that you might be facing. Let us rediscover this power. The power of imagination. Yes, that, according to me, is the number one power that we humans have that has brought us out of the caves into the present civilization. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the number one power is the power of imagination. Somebody somewhere was able to imagine what did not exist and was later created. Everything that you're using today, every amenity, every product, every service that you are utilizing today, every invention that has been able to change the lives of the generations was because somebody somewhere used his or her power of imagination. Because to create something that does not exist requires imagination. God created this universe. where you can see the power of imagination at work on display in every single creation that God has made. Power of imagination. Imagination, I would say, is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is something which exists. If the world keeps on working on knowledge and what exists, and if there was no imagination, the world would be stagnant. It wouldn't be able to create the smartphones, the internet, driverless cars. It wouldn't be able to put men on Mars. Knowledge coupled with imagination about how can we put that knowledge to use is where the real power lies. Power of imagination is at the root of everything that we see around us today. Albert Einstein said, and I quote, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world." Unquote. Let's see the practical applications of the power of imagination as applied in the world of business to solve major problems of humanity. And in all the examples that I'm going to share with you here are examples of disrupting an industry. By imagining something which is for most people even beyond imagination, let's look at a few such examples in the world of business. These disruptive creations in business and industry are redefining our world every single day. And the speed of disruptions led by power of imagination has escalated. Uber, the world's largest taxi service company, owns no vehicles. Power of imagination at work here. Facebook, the world's most popular media company, creates no content. Power of imagination at work here. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer in the world, carries no inventory. Is it even possible to imagine a retailer without inventory? Power of imagination and disruption at work here. Apple, with sales of over 500 million smartphones in less than 7 years as of last year, does not own a single factory. Power of imagination at work. WhatsApp, with a team size of about 55 people, was acquired for $19 billion by Facebook. Power of imagination at work. As of last year, 10 startups had reached $1 billion valuation within 2.5 years of its founding. Power of imagination at work here. Back in India, startups like Flipkart, Snapdeal, InMobi, Ola Cabs, Zomato, Musigma, and Paytm have recently become unicorns, that is, companies with billion-dollar valuation in a very short time. Power of imagination at work here. The world is moving at such a fast pace now, and it's such an exciting place to be in, with innovation and power of imagination truly disrupting many industries and truly creating many solutions for people. solving major challenges in the world with power of imagination. Today, I want you to ask yourself this question. What am I doing to cause a disruption in my industry, in my profession? What am I doing to solve some major unsolved problem in the world? Think of the problem first and then use the power of imagination, and you will figure out some opportunities which can help you really scale up faster and achieve success of a much larger magnitude and a much larger scale. Let me ask you another question. When was the last time that you truly used your power of imagination, and for what? For solving which major problem? Think about it. Now, some of you might think that, oh, but I'm not as brilliant. I don't have a very high IQ. I'm not a college graduate. I don't have the experience. I don't have an organization. I don't have a company. I don't have a platform. I don't have an opportunity. I don't have the power of imagination. Some of you, if you really go deep down inside, you may even think that. If you're honest, that is. Let me ask you yet another question. Did you have that power when you were a child? Did you imagine stars flying? Did you imagine yourself to be a Superman or a Barbie doll? Did you imagine that you are flying a plane? That you are a pilot? That you are a robo? That you are a fighter? Did you imagine that during your childhood? Absolutely. At that time, there were no limitations in your mind, and therefore, the power of imagination was at its highest. You could imagine whatever your mind could conceive. But what happened as you were growing up? The world started telling you, you can do this, you cannot do this, don't even try it, this is going to be useless, you are wasting your time, etc., etc. And oftentimes you may have tried to do certain things and you may not have succeeded, and over a period of time you started using less and less of the power of imagination that you already had. It was already there in your hard disk when God sent you here. Power of imagination. But you started using less and less and less of it every single day. Up to today, when I asked you this question, when was the last time you truly used the power of imagination to solve some major problem of the world? Now that you have discovered that you already have that power, and the evidence is taking you back right to your childhood, don't you think it's time to rediscover, to bring back that power of imagination and operate completely on a different plane, and just see how you are able to solve various challenges that come up in your business, profession, or life? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I believe power of imagination is the number one power that has brought the world to where it is now. Of course, the answer to the question, can elephant paint on their own, has to be no until you have seen it. cock. And with this entire series of thoughts started coming into my mind, I asked myself, what an immense power of imagination for somebody to imagine that I can make the elephant paint. Remember, it is not in the DNA of the elephant to paint like a human. It's almost impossible to imagine. But somebody not only imagined it, but then did it as well by using the power of imagination. This and 5 more powers in the next 5 episodes of Ambrish Chheda's Success Masterclass. What they don't teach you at school, college, or work. Keep watching. Until next week, goodbye.